Hey everyone, if you're tuning in today, you're about to dive into part 2 of energy shifts and ET messages, massive DNA upgrades. And if you happen to miss part 1, you're going to want to catch that. So stop what you're doing right now and listen or view that, posted last week. Part 1 lays the foundation. Trust me, you do not want to miss it. Now, for those who are caught up, let's continue this journey into the unknown. In part 2, we're going even deeper. Let's dive in. Everything is connected. Energy, science, quantum physics. This beautiful practice of being rooted in the frequency of love, light, and unity. We are inviting the collective consciousness to awaken and ascend. There's not one way to be activated. Activations just mean that something within you is waking up. And there could be a million different ways for beings to assist in our awakening. And it might not all make sense right away, but trust is so important that you are on the path towards deeper awareness. The fact that you've made it this far and your curiosity learning about this is proof that it's working. Your overall biggest sign that you've been activated or you are going to be is a feeling. That feeling that your time is coming, that you're chosen in some way. And not chosen above other people, but chosen for something specific. Like you feel like you have a job to do. Step aside. I've got a job to do. That is a huge sign of activation and awakening. Many people who have contact experiences, especially with beings that communicate telepathically, feel an inner knowing afterwards that they have a mission or purpose that is about to unfold. Something's coming. But what does it mean to be chosen? Feeling chosen does not mean superiority. It means that you have agreed to something before birth to play a specific role in the greater shift of consciousness that's happening here on Earth. Really, being chosen is just discovering your soul mission. That you know you are here for a reason. And that doesn't mean that you know what that reason is. You just know that there is one. And you have a deep connection to this earth, to the cosmos, to the collective. You probably feel like your awakening in itself is tied to a bigger event or a cosmic shift. And many people will notice that there's an increase in their psychic awareness, intuition, and abilities. Most people who are listening to this are going to understand what I mean when I say that we as a collective have been sensing that something big is about to happen. A shift. Not just internal, but globally. The earth is waking up. One of the things that people want to speed up is, what's my purpose? What is my role in the awakening? What is my role in this lifetime? And first, I want to say that you don't have to have all of that figured out. Sometimes just being in flow and just being is what you need to be right now. But you may be here for a role in awakening others, through teaching, healing, writing, creating, podcasting, or simply living in a high frequency that inspires others. And if you feel like your time is coming, you might be on the cusp, just stepping into a period where you'll be called to share some knowledge in some form. You may be chosen to sense what other people's role is in the bigger plan involving planetary or consciousness shifts. And if what you go through dreams, through encounters, is truly an activation, you will start unlocking hidden abilities. And that right there might be your role, an activation of dormant abilities, where you have heightened intuition, telepathic sensitivity, lucid dreaming, astral travel, direct downloads or insights from higher beings, even a stronger ability to manifest and align with your purpose to help the planet and collective. So how do you prepare for what's coming if you feel like you're chosen for something specific or you've been activated? First, just stay open. Be in the moment, pay attention. If you're right about being prepared for something, you will continue to receive signs, synchronicities, receive guidance. It's always a good idea to keep a journal and track these messages. Another way is by strengthening your connection. Meditation, dream work, and intention setting before bed can help deepen your communication with these beings. The third, step into your power. If you feel called towards something, a creative project, speaking out, learning something new, follow that pull. Or as I always say, go down the rabbit hole. Your soul knows more than you do. So it's going to have that guttural instinct. Follow it. Finally, ask for guidance. If you want confirmation, you can ask for a dream, a sign, or a direct experience that makes your path clear. The knowing that your time is coming is not random. It's your highest self, and these beings preparing you for the next phase of your journey. Right now, there is a picking up of activations, encountered activations, and I feel called to talk about that. I want to talk about grays and Palladians, because that is what a lot of the reports are about. With gray alien activation experiences, they're often associated with more clinical, direct, even intrusive contact. That's why so many movies and things are about gray aliens and being abducted. But a lot of people, like myself, have had positive interactions. People who report encounters with grays often describe a variety of activations, and that these things focus more on heightened psychic abilities, telepathy, spiritual awareness, and DNA upgrades. These are enhancements to the DNA. And the enhancements allow you to unlock abilities, healing, downloads, telepathy, increased intuition. These activations are often subconscious downloads, so it's okay if it takes you time to fully understand them. A lot of times it's memory retrieval and activation of past life memories or multidimensional awareness. The Greys' technology and their telepathic abilities are said to be the things that trigger these awakenings. Sometimes it's just emotional expansion or physical sensations. Now, the Pleiadians are here more and more, and there are more and more encounters being reported and contact. When they make contact, it is a lot more in meditation, and it's softer. It's not quite so physical. And these are also activations that are happening more on a spiritual level. So these Pleiadians are highly spiritual, benevolent, and loving beings, and they are linked with higher frequency activations, focusing more on awakening consciousness, emotional healing, and helping people reconnect with their divine nature, especially the divine feminine. So many people will say if they've made Pleiadian contact that they've been activated more for spiritual growth, connection to universal love, peace, or a deep sense of purpose. They also will help with heightened intuition and psychic gifts. They refine these things: clairvoyance, telepathy, remote viewing. They also are very big on healing. So healing is a major theme in these Pleiadian encounters, and many people will experience being healed even physically, mentally, and emotionally. So these healings can feel energetic and often activate that person's ability to heal others, and quite often work with energy. Pleiadian contact often comes with a shift in how people perceive the world. People feeling aligned with higher cosmic laws, the flow of energy, and divine purpose. This activation may lead people to embrace their role in the greater cosmic plan. So in the past, there have been more activation reports from Greys. That's what a lot of these abduction reports are. Because the Greys don't necessarily take time to heal you or make sure that you are prepared emotionally. It's more of a, you have something within your DNA and it needs to be activated. And because of their views on consciousness and the roles we individually have to play, they kind of just come in more surgically and, get the job done. Pleiadians are more about that spiritual and emotional activation, loving, peaceful, expansive. Given different experiences, some people can even have experiences with both. Ultimately, both types are being actively up-leveled. There's just more of them, right? Actively working with people to help unlock their potential. This difference is their approach and focus. Pleiadians tend to be more love, higher consciousness, activation, and Greys, it's very scientific and DNA-based activations. Reason being is that we have different purpose, and some things need to be activated physically within the body. The crystalline DNA structure needs to change and up level. I know that a lot of my listeners are also Lemurian starseeds like myself, and there is a connection between Lemurian starseeds and Pleiadian in that they are similar dimensional beings, and they were together during the time of Atlantis and Lemuria, the Pleiadians being a group of ancient dimensional beings that have helped newer Lemurian starseeds. Now, the Greys are also very old and ancient. And they have focused oftentimes about or focused on the balance between technology and spirit. So for me, with my Lemurian background, Lemuria is often associated with a deep connection to ancient wisdom, peace, and spiritual growth. So since Lemurian starseeds often carry knowledge of Earth's early spiritual evolution, they can be connected to various higher dimensional beings because you've had a lot of experience through different lifetimes and in different dimensions with different dimensional beings. So the Greys are sometimes here to assist in the evolution of humanity by blending technology and spiritual advancements. And given Lemuria's focus on spiritual mastery, it's possible that the Greys have played a big role in balancing that knowledge. And that's kind of a lot what's going on right now here on Earth with our very fast developing technology and the Earth ascending. So this balance, once again, this bridge is needed. It's necessary. The Greys may serve as catalysts for activating latent abilities that were present during the time of Lemuria. Since Lemurian starseeds often hold guardianship of Earth's higher energies, the Greys also may serve to help guard and preserve spiritual knowledge. And a lot of this is in our DNA so that we can pass on and preserve this ancient knowledge. Now, if you've ever felt activated in any way by energy, light codes, or psychic abilities, the Greys could be involved in that with fine-tuning that connection. Maybe the way that the frequencies and synapses fire off and work and connect. But more often than not, that's going to be a Palladian interaction with those light codes, light language. And I know after my experience that I wondered why a Grey in particular would be the one to activate me. My starseed origins, which I've shared with people who have come into my spiritual center or my mentees, but I haven't gone back super far with you, my listeners, and at some point perhaps I will. But I have starseed origins to a dimension called Zion, which is Xion, and it's essentially a very high dimension that's all light and all energy. And the ascension work that I'm involved in carries a link to Lemuria and beings like the Greys. I do want to say that the Greys' purpose is often misunderstood, and many people feel like they are bad or harmful, but they're actually here to assist with the evolution of humanity. And it is also important to point out that not all Greys are the same. There have been reported to be different factions and groups with different purposes. Some more focused on maybe scientific research, some more aligned with spiritual guidance or interdimensional missions. And some Greys may be even more neutral. So while they are associated with genetic and consciousness activation, if you are a starseed, you likely have dormant abilities or codes within your being that are ready to be activated. And again, can be activated in a number of different ways. But as these encounters pick up, I simply want to reiterate that if something like this happens to you, that don't let things that you've heard get in the way of what intuitively feels like is happening. That's the worst sentence. But follow your intuition is really all I was trying to say. Because right now is a time for bridging the gap between spiritual and scientific. It's happening in our world, which means that it needs to happen spiritually as well. One thing that intuitively, again, it happens through activations and things, but there's a lot going on right now with Egypt and uncovering secrets there beneath the pyramids, the Pyramid of Giza, and more things are going to roll out like that. And it appears to be connections. I have my own thoughts on it, but we are, as a human race, basically it's time. While things look like a random discovery, these scientists have been activated as well. It's their time. It's time to move forward with the mission. I believe that the reason that our DNA is so important and that certain groups, darker entities, want our DNA and want to ruin our DNA, break up our DNA, have it be tainted, is that many people's DNA, while it holds secrets and codes, we're going to be finding more and more stargates. And a long time ago, I had a significant download about Atlantis and royal lineage lines that were able to travel interdimensionally and travel through time because of their DNA. And one day I may do a podcast on this whole thing, but there's a reason that royal families, or really, the 1% elite families, if you look through their kind of generational family tree, there's a reason people joke about sort of inbreeding happening, and it is to keep that DNA pure. Because they know these secrets already. The secrets that we are fastly remembering. But we will continue to uncover this, and it is very exciting. So, without getting too far off track, I just want you to understand the importance of, these things aren't just woo-woo, and they aren't just meditating for fun or to advance. There is a lot of really exciting things happening now. And we don't want to miss it. You don't want to have intergalactic FOMO. I think I should make t-shirts that say, currently suffering from intergalactic FOMO. I do have a cricket. Comment below if you would like me to send you one of these t-shirts. If enough people do, I'll really make it. Anywho, genetic and energetic alignment. So DNA-wise, there are people who have origins tied to a dimensional universe like Zion, coming to this universe in Lemuria, and then having this genetic connection between the Greys. I don't have it all 100% figured out yet, but I do have a lot of the overarching themes of my story and the bullet points kind of figured out. And it is speeding up this uncovering of the story. So the Greys may be monitoring, guiding, or assisting individuals with specific genetic codes. And you, listening, could have a unique genetic makeup that is of interest to them for evolutionary purposes or higher consciousness activation. I truly believe that this is what quote-unquote abductions have been about. I think that they have been looking for certain kinds of DNA, and while it may appear cold and callous, I think to them they are serving the greater collective, and it's more scientific. You know, they're collecting scientific data. But you may have also observed via your starseed origins that you're stepping in to assist and guide in important activations yourself, with your friends, with your family. It's sort of a chain link event. As we awaken little things within one another, you listening to this, most likely I will say some random set of words that awaken something within you. That is a activation. And it's pretty beautiful that we can all play a role in activating one another. Your starseed family might be overseeing a bigger spiritual picture, while the Greys assist with technical, energetic, and biological aspects of different starseed families' journeys. If you have recently had contact with an interdimensional being, it's probably because this is the time for you to integrate with whatever they have to offer. So in my instance, that was a time for me to integrate more advanced information, cosmic truths, or certain energies that could support in my mission. And now at this time, I feel like I'm on this quest for clarity and to continue to work with this energy and continue to grow. So all of that being said, there's a lot that we don't understand. So with all of these experiences, I've realized one thing. If you're waking up and you are having experiences and activations, you need to protect yourself. Not everyone wants humanity to ascend. As I talked about these darker forces, both seen and unseen, that try to distort, manipulate, and suppress higher consciousness and advancement, we have to protect ourselves. Now, I have another dream for you, because this one happened just the other night, and it's the reason I feel this need to share with everyone that there is a ramping up of activation, but also now this ramping up, because there's always a counter, right? But there's a ramping up of negative forces. And I do feel like it is very witchcrafty. There are a lot of witchcraft attacks happening now. And as we activate and rise up and our light becomes brighter and more people are attracted to it, because, again, the purpose of that is to continue that chain of activation, you could become a target for these attacks. So in this dream I had, this one's quick, don't worry. There was a party going on, and there was this young woman, and she was in this bright blue gown, and she was standing on the side. She was young, and her father, he had a microphone, and I was like at this party, and I felt very much a fly on the wall. Like I wasn't really invited, but I was getting a chance to kind of see it. And he had a microphone, and he announced that she had officially like become a witch. And she got really mad because he wasn't supposed to announce it or something. And then it was like I was kind of behind the scenes and seeing them talk about their voodoo work that they were doing. And it was very witchy, but it had voodoo or hoodoo roots. And that it was basically energy attacking work. And I woke up feeling like I needed to tell people to protect themselves. I think that a lot of times we will have no problem getting on board with interdimensional visits and alien beings and things, but for some reason people don't want to accept that there are people practicing witchcraft. So there's a spiritual attack protection method that you can do. And it is called Limpia, and it is egg cleansing. It removes negative energy and also hexes. So that's important because as these psychic attacks happen, you may need something more than just a protective energy bubble. So you can look up information about Limpia, but essentially all you would do is roll a raw egg over your body while setting an intention to cleanse yourself. After you roll it over your entire body, you would crack it into a glass of water. Then you usually wait a couple minutes. You don't read it, so to say, right afterwards. But if the water is cloudy, stringy, or has bubbles, it means that something was in fact removed. It also could have even blood in it, like a stillborn egg, which would mean that you have some very, very, very bad juju around you. And maybe you want to do another cleansing after that. After that, you would flush it down the water, or you would discard it in running water. So like if you have a stream behind your house or something like that, you could do that. That is a very quick version of it. So if like my synopsis of this method interests you, I would suggest to do research on your own before doing this so that you really know what you're getting into as anything else. You don't just rush into something. But, my purpose is always to see if something I say sparks something within you to further go down the rabbit hole because it's meant for you if it resonates, right? I, of course, have to mention crystals for protection. Black tourmaline is my go-to. It shields against negative energy, and it's very absorbing. It shields, but it also sucks negativity as well. Iron and silver. So if you don't have any crystals, those have historically been used for ages to block spiritual attacks. And salt. Salt is a great one to create a protective barrier. You can sprinkle it completely around your house, put it in the entrances, like right at the doors. You could put it in all four corners of a room if you need to protect your room. Another thing that people do is place a mirror for protection. So if you feel like specifically people are kind of coming after you, maybe place a small mirror facing outward at your front door to reflect negative energy back. As always, I encourage you to call on your guides. Call on Archangel Michael. He's phenomenal to work with. Call on your starseed family, your ancestors, your angels, your highest self, higher dimensional beings. These things that you connect with that have a natural connection to you can help shield you. But there is that interdimensional rule that you need to specifically ask for their protection. Ask them. They want to help us, but we have to ask. And please, please, please trust your intuition. Like I said, if something feels off, it probably is. Our souls know. Your body and your energy field know. So my final thoughts, what the takeaway is. Right now, things are ramping up. You know it. I know it. Everyone knows it. Well, not everyone. Not the ones that refuse to wake up. But we know it because you're listening this far. The universe is talking to us. It is sending messages through our dreams, through synchronicities, through direct contact. Many of us are experiencing activations, waking up to our true nature and our mission in a way that is undeniable. And since we are waking up, there are forces that are trying to suppress this awakening. But like always, the light outshines the dark. We are stronger. If you've had dreams like this, if you felt like you've received messages from beyond, comment below. A great way to really get in on this community, you can even pick my brain live one-on-one, join my Patreon. Once a month, we jump on some live roundtable discussions, and you can literally steer the conversation wherever you would like. It is a meeting of the minds, and we haven't scheduled our April one yet, but go to patreon.com/rootedfrequency, join that tier 2 in order to jump on those calls. Now is the time for us to not be alone. Community is important. I hope to see you there. Thank you so much for tuning in with me today. Stay protected, stay aware, stay grounded, stay rooted. Love to you all, and we will pick this up with something amazing next week. Bye. Everything is connected. Energy, science, quantum physics,